Every trader knows that you should not move your preset stop loss, but most traders still make this mistake. And one thing that they wonder is, how do I not leave a lot of profits on the table? And today I'm going to show you guys how to increase your stop loss while scaling out, taking profits off the table. Let's get into it. So I've done a trade review of this trade in the past, and a lot of you guys commented and sent me a DM saying, can I explain how to properly implement the scaling out and why is it so important? So let's go and look at this on the chart, and I'm going to explain to you guys what is the difference between scaling out or just simply increasing your stop loss, because I actually do both. I don't just increase my stop loss and not scale out. I scale out and I increase my stop loss. What most people do is they only increase their stop loss, pretty much a trailing stop, and they let the trade go as far as possible, and then they close their full position. Now, in my opinion, you don't get that type of follow-throughs in the recent market, right? The last couple of years, the market has gotten very, very volatile, where the momentum setups have been very, very slow for at least the stocks that I usually trade. The strategy that's been working out very well for me is once I enter a trade, I obviously go in with a predetermined stop loss. So let's start with that. So let's say we're looking at this break of range entry on this green candle. This is where I had actually entered on the trade here, right? And we're going to use that previous opening print level as our stop. Now, if you don't know what an opening print level is, I made a video on this. It's on my YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description. I'll suggest that you guys go watch that as well. These levels are very, very important when you are day trading, right? So we are going to use that level as our stop loss, right? So what I'll do is I will highlight that right here, and this is going to be our stop loss, all right? And let's say our entry is at that retest of 687, for example, just to kind of keep it simple. This is your entry here. I'm gonna change this and give it a green color. On the left, we'll put entry so you guys know. Actually, let me change it to the right. All right, there it is. And right here, this is going to be our stop loss, okay? Now, on our stop loss, let's say you're looking to lose 15% and this is your entry point. And at your entry point, let's say the premiums are $5. So $5 is our entry, all right? And our stop loss, we would lose 15% on this trade, which would be roughly around 75 cents, all right? 75 cents would be our loss on this trade based on our entry and our stop loss. Now, let's say the next candle flushes down, continues in your favor, right? You see that continuation going in, and now this candle is closed. So now when you're focusing on this candle to manage your risk properly and also scale out or lock in your profits, the first thing I do is I take a little bit off the table here. So let's say here, now the premiums are at $7, right? At this point, our entry was here where the premiums were at $5. Now we are up almost $2 on those premiums. So we know that right around this 687 where we had that break and retest, we have a solid level, right? Because we broke out and we retested that level again. So what do? We take our original stop loss and we simply drag it down to where our entry was, which brings our stop loss from 688 down to 687. We've taken a little bit off the table. And at this point now, if you are wrong, let's say the next candle comes right back and tests that 687, 30% or 50% of your position that you've locked in at $7, which is $2 of profit on that $5 position size, you're going to be breaking even on the remainder of the position. So if you had 10 contracts, you close, let's say, half of that position at $7 with $2 of profit. The remainder of that position, you're going to exit. If it comes back and retests your stop loss and closes it out, you're going to be walking away with roughly $1 in profit of net, right? Because we closed half of our position and we're still holding the other half. It comes back to break even and closes us out. $1 per each contract, all right? But let's say that this continues. So what is the next step? Next step is as the stock breaks and closes under a new level, right? Intraday level, which has to come from either previous day, 4 hour, daily chart, whatever it is, you need to have correct levels in order for you to know that, all right, this is a strong level where I can close the trade out or increase my stop loss to. So for now, we're going to use the intraday levels. This candle closes under 686, right? We close below this. We're going to take our, now where we had our entry point as our stop loss, we're going to drag our stop from here, right? And bring it down from here all the way down to that 686, right? At this point, the premiums were at $7, which means, let's say the next candle pulls back and retests that level, which is now your new stop loss. This is where you will actually end up closing the full trade. Now, from $5 to $7, that is going to be $2 in profit. Since we already scaled out half, the other half of the position, we're able to manage it by increasing the stop loss. And once we get that break and retest, so you guys can see here, we kind of danced with that 685 for quite some time. And then finally we close here with a little bit of a spike of volume from previous candle, which is very important to notice. At this point, let's say at 685, the premiums were at $9, right? You're not gonna close out any more position. You're just holding the remainder position. Take that stop loss and you increase it to now 685. So here, let's say they were $9, right? So your entry's at 5. If the trade pulls back and hits that stop loss, you're going to end up closing the trade out anywhere between $9, maybe $8.80, maybe $8.70, right? You're going to give yourself 20, 30 cents up and down around that price because there's other factors that affect premiums, so such as IV and theta. So let's just say $8.50 to $9.50, right? We'll give it a dollar gap here just to be on the safe side. Now here is 9, which is giving us roughly anywhere between 80 to 90% return on the other half of our position. Now, the reason why most people close their trades out very quickly is because of fear, because of previous losing trades. But once you have locked in a certain amount of profit and you have a safe, foolproof plan that, hey, if the stock comes back here, I'm going to close it. Now, in order for this to work, you have to be disciplined enough to close a trade when it tests your stop loss. So here, let's say the premiums are 9. We close under the next level, which is 685. We're only using the 5-minute time frame to determine intraday levels for now. If you have levels from 15-minute, you could use those. If you have levels from hourly, you could use those as well. So let's say here, the premiums are at $12. Once the candle closes outside of that range, and I want to see a big candle, not a small wick looking candle that has a very small body. I want an aggressive body with volume that backs that candle up, right? So here now, remember, we closed half of our trade here at $7. Now our remainder of the position, if this pulls back, is going to stop us between, again, $10.50 to, let's say, $11.50, right? So from $5, the other half of our position, you're up 110%. And as it continues to go down, right, we have a big body of the candle closing, you increase the stop loss, right? Now to that 683 level. You have the next aggressive candle closing under 682. We bring our stop loss down. So let's say here the premiums are at $15. That's a 200% return on your remainder of that half position or 30%, whatever position that you're still holding is up on this particular trade. Now, obviously, the net return is going to obviously get down to less number because we're scaling out. We're taking some profits off the table. But for this example, let's just assume we only scaled out once and the rest of the position we are holding, right? As this candle closes under 681, you increase the stop again, right? And let's say here the premiums are at 1750, right? It pulls back. And at this point, because we're waiting for the candle to close, you're not going to get filled at 1750. So let's just assume we get filled at $15 or $16. Let's go in the middle, $15.50. On the gross return is going to be anywhere between 200 to 210%. But your net return on this trade is going to be 100% plus. All right, right? Again, it really depends on the dynamics of where you're scaling out. But let's just say we only scaled out once and we increased the stop. This will allow you to hold your trades much longer, right? It becomes easier. The tougher part is this area right here, right? So this is our entry point. This area is the tough part. If and when the stock starts to close further away from your entry point, it becomes much easier because, again, now the premiums are up. You take your initial stop loss, you bring it down to your entry, or you bring it down a little bit closer away from your entry. So this way you're still locking in some profits. You don't want to leave any profits on the table. Once you're out of this box, it becomes much easier to just let this trade work out in your favor. And the second thing that might be impacting you, which I didn't really mention much in this video, is going to be your position size. If you're just beginning to size up to a new position size, which is larger than your normal position size, it is going to be difficult for you to hold here. So you want to find a position size that is comfortable for you to hold here. And once it starts to move away, you're focused more on this price action and this system of increasing the stop loss, following a trailing stop. That's going to help you have bigger percentage returns. And then as your account grows, all you're going to see is better and better results. But if you're not implementing this, if you're not holding your winning trades longer, you're never going to be able to hit those big returns or have a big day that you see a lot of other traders having, because most of them are actually holding their trades for some time. And that comes with experience. And the only way to get that experience is by practicing with your money online. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that go and practice this on paper trading, because it does not work. Your emotions are not involved in a paper trading account. You have to practice this with real money. So in this box, your job is to figure out where you're comfortable, what position size. It could be $50. It could be $5,000. It's going to be different for every person out there. You figure out what you're comfortable with. As it moves away, this is where you should be sitting back, relaxed, paying attention to the price action. What's happening to the volume? Are we making a larger body of candles? Are we closing away from those previous tested levels? If yes, you keep holding the trade and keep increasing the stop loss. Now, this video was requested all across all my platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. People asked, how do you hold? And this is the exact process. If you guys have any questions about this, comment below and actually let me know. Come back, try this for a week and let me know if this actually made a change in your trading. I'll see you guys in the next video.